Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Key Centurion Bank Shares, building our communities together. Walker Machinery, your Caterpillar dealer. Your Mountaineer Chrysler Plymouth dealers. The competition knows it's the team to beat. U.S. Air, with flights to over 100 cities in North America. At U.S. Air, we welcome all of our passengers, one at a time.
Greetings from a sold-out Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, Virginia. I'm Tony Caridi along with John Garcia. This afternoon, the 6th-rated West Virginia University Mountaineers against the 1-3 Hokies of Virginia Tech. Emotion is going to have to be a key in this football game for the WVU Mountaineers. John, after a big win over Pitt, the arch-rival last week, how do you see them emotionally?
There's no doubt that this is going to be a big game for the Hokies as far as enthusiasm. The key is going to be, can West Virginia come out and play with the levels of enthusiasm, concentration, and intensity that they had last week against Pitt?
Now, in past games here at Lane Stadium under Don Nehlen, West Virginia is only averaging 11 points a game. It's been tough to score in past years, but West Virginia's got a high-powered offense this year, averaging 48 points a game.
This is going to be a tough place to play. As you said, West Virginia has averaged 11 points a game, and the majority of those games have been less than 14. We'll see what happens.
Stay tuned. The kickoff is coming up. West Virginia against the Hokies of Virginia Tech. Well, we're all set to go from Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, Virginia. The West Virginia Mountaineers have won the coin toss, but they have deferred until the second half. So it'll be Charlie Bauman. No, make it Brad Carroll. He'll be kicking off this afternoon for WVU. Don Nehlen looking on. The West Virginia Mountaineers, 6th rated in the nation. Carroll's opening kick into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. Virginia Tech will start off 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. Major Harris warming up along the West Virginia sideline. And the Virginia Tech Hokies. The 34th meeting between West Virginia and Virginia Tech. It all began back in 1912. A year ago, West Virginia won in Morgantown 28-16. Mountaineers have not won here at Lane Stadium since 1984. A whole new backfield in there for the Virginia Tech Hokies on 1st down and 10 because of injuries. They've had to go to this man, Ralph Brown, making his first start for Tech, crossing it over the 25-yard line. Brown's a sophomore from Hampton, Virginia, and he considers this game the biggest game in his Virginia Tech career because of the injury to John Jeffries. He's earned the start, and now he wants to go out and show head coach Frank Beamer that he deserves to play whether or not Jeffries is around. 7-yard pickup. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
That's the play we'll probably see the most today, Tony, is the toss sweep. Secondly, by the Belly series.
The quarterback is Will Fuhr. And again, it's Ralph Brown. Met there by Theron Ellis. He'll be shy of the 1st down. Ellis is coming off a tremendous game a week ago against the Pitt Panthers. And really, John, everyone played well against Pitt. Head coach Don Nehlen gave 10 of his defensive starters the Defensive Champion Award. That's the first time that's ever happened.
Coach Kralavich told me it was the most effort that the whole total defense has played in his 9 years since he's been here.
Short yardage situation. 3rd down and 1. The fullback is Malcolm Blacken, and he's the ball carrier, and he'll be short. A great surge by the Mountaineer defensive line. The left tackle, Mike Fox, under there, along with outside linebacker Ronaldo Turnbull. Mountaineer fans, about 17,000 of them here at Lane Stadium this afternoon, cheer the unit on as they leave the field.
Mike Fox is having a great year this year. He has 2 sacks and 2 tackles for losses, and that was a big stop right there.
Tech has had problems with punts. They've had 3 blocked in the last 2 games. No problem this time. Grannis Bell from the West Virginia 35. A block there from Theron Ellis. And across the 45-yard line, down to the 37, it's Grannis Bell. Penalty flag is down on the play. There's a look at the smallest member of the West Virginia University Mountaineers, Grannis Bell, at 5 feet 8, 150 pounds.
He's having a good year on those punt returns, averaging 9 yards a return.
Flipping is the call against the Mountaineers, and so West Virginia, instead of starting off in tremendous field territory over the 45-yard line, will have the ball marched down to the 26. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Mountaineers. Bell will line up as a receiver to the left side on 1st and 10, along with Kelvin Phillips to the far side. Craig Taylor and A.B. Brown are in the backfield. And Harris starts the game with a deflected pass. Horacio Moranza, the right tackle, had that ball bounce right off of his helmet as Harris came out firing.
Virginia Tech plays a wide tackle 6, and that's an 8-man front. And one of the keys that West Virginia is going to have to attack today is to loosen them up and throw the ball. And that's exactly what we saw Major do.
Don Nehlen said coming into this game that the team's run-to-pass ratio was getting off balance with too much run. And so he wants to throw it here. And he started just that way. Harris again looks to throw. Looks to be the same pattern. And he's got his man, Reggie Rembert. Rembert crosses over the 35 to the 37-yard line. And that'll be a first down for the Mountaineers. Roger Brown, the right cornerback out of Baltimore, Maryland, making the stop. Reggie Rembert, West Virginia's leading receiver this season, 18 yards per grab. And an 11-yard pickup there for Rembert out of Okeechobee, Florida. And the Mountaineers have the first down of the ball game. .12:38 and counting, first quarter of play. The Mountaineers averaging 48 points per game. Spread out that Tech defense on 1st down and 10. Harris to Brown. A.B. Brown across the 40 down to the 42-yard line. On a 5-yard pickup for Anthony Brown, the senior from Salem, New Jersey. Right tackle Horacio Moranza, another New Jersey native out of Fort Dix, New Jersey, over to make the stop. A.B. with a tremendous run that broke open the Pitt game a week ago. 64 yards on a draw play that really crushed the spirit of the Pitt Panthers, John.
He was named co-champion for his efforts last week against Pitt.
5-yard pickup, and it's 2nd down and 5. West Virginia's first offensive possession of the afternoon. Again, it's A.B. Brown, and a big hole for Anthony Brown. Crossing over the 40-yard line into Tech territory. He'll be brought down at the 36. A tremendous job by the West Virginia offensive line. John Granby, the left cornerback, finally corralled Anthony Brown, but that's a first down for the Mountaineers.
The keys of the wide tackle 6 is the play of those two men who covered the guards. This time, West Virginia guards John Stroy and Bob Kovach did a great job. A.B. saw the cutback.
Here's Harris on the option keep, brings it back about a yard, pick up to the 35, but a penalty flag is down. Moranza again over there to make the stop. Penalty will go against West Virginia. Illegal shift is the call, so motion in the backfield. Our referee this afternoon is C.C. Daly.
A lot of times, using this wide tackle 6, you'll see them shade. It almost looks like a basic 50 front that you see a lot in college football. So what West Virginia is going to try to do is loosen up that strong safety and get him out of the force unit and have him play secondary coverage.
So the Mountaineers will lose 5 on the play. The down will hold. It'll be 1st down and 15. Keith Wynn lining up far off to the left side, along with Grannis Bell. Apparently no contact made. Now the flag comes down, and the play will be blown dead. Movement there. The two tackles for Virginia Tech, Scott Hill and Horacio Moranza, made contact. The question, were they drawn up? And the answer is yes. 2 straight penalties against the Mountaineers, and what was good field position has now become okay field position. They'll bring it all the way back to the 46-yard line.
This is one thing that Coach Nehlen told us that they have to eliminate. Don't come down here and make concentration errors.
Harris to Jamie Lamont to the 35-yard line, so that gets them back to the initial line of scrimmage after Anthony Brown's run. John Granby making the stop on Lamont, who happens to be the roommate of Major Harris. So a roommate-to-roommate connection as West Virginia marches it back into Tech territory.
Again, just running the base option pass, trying to freeze up that secondary, and then come off with a pass to Jamie Lamont.
Lamont staying into the ball game on 2nd down and 10. Again, Keith Wynn lining up off the tight end position, away from the line. He split out there, and again, flags fly. So it's becoming a sloppy game early on here at Lane Stadium. 10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And again, West Virginia called on illegal procedure.
Coach Frank Beamer has been around the block a few times. He's coached under some great coaches, Jerry Claiborne, Mike Gottfried, Bobby Ross.
Harris again looking to throw, wide open, it's Rembert. And Rembert apparently was looking to run with that football before he had the catch. Roger Brown, the right cornerback, was playing deep. And Rembert, as you saw there, was wide open. That'll bring up 3rd down and 15 for West Virginia. Basic outcut pattern, and Rembert was well open.
Early on, West Virginia has looked a little slack here with mental errors and also a drop ball there.
Angel Harris, 2 of 4 passing so far. 3rd down and 15 as Rembert comes in motion. And it's A.B. Brown. Brown has the first down over the 25. He may score. Brown knocked out at the 8.5-yard line. Roger Brown finally caught up with A.B. Brown. First down, West Virginia. The biggest play of the afternoon for the Mountaineers on 3rd and 15.
A super call by Coach Nealon and his staff. We've seen a lot of pass so far. They slip a draw in there. A.B. makes a great run to the outside and tries to get to the flag.
So penalties or not, West Virginia marches on the Hokies in their first offensive possession. A.B. Brown now with 58 yards on just 3 carries. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And Craig Taylor's the ball carrier. He'll walk it in. Touchdown, West Virginia. 9:49 to go here in the first quarter of play.
This is a belly by Craig. He makes a good run to the inside. Just a wide hole. Heck, you could drive a Mack truck through there. This is one thing we talked about. West Virginia has so much talent, and those mistakes don't hurt them as bad as Virginia Tech.
Charlie Bauman looking for his 61st consecutive point after. And he'll have to wait as the officials call time. And yes, there is cause to cheer early in this ball game. If you're a West Virginia cheerleader or a fan, the Mountaineers lead it 6-0. Bauman looking for his 61st straight point after. And it is no good. No good, wide to the left. Charlie Bauman had 60 straight going into that kick, and he boots it off wide to the left. West Virginia leading it 6-0. 9:49 to go, first quarter of play. This copyrighted broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by West Virginia University through its Mountaineer Sports Network solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the Mountaineer Sports Network is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast are employed by the Mountaineer Sports Network, and references to products by the announcers are paid commercial messages. Well, West Virginia committed 4 penalties totaling 30 yards in their first offensive possession, but it didn't seem to bother them. They march down and score it on an 8-yard run by Craig Taylor. West Virginia leads it 6-0.
Not only the 4 penalties, Tony, but also a drop pass and a missed extra point on that drive, and we still came out of it with 6 points. We're very fortunate.
Brad Carroll will handle the kicking chores again for West Virginia in place of Charlie Bauman. Bill Bryan and Marcus Michael are back deep for Tech, and this one will be out of bounds, and that'll be the 5th West Virginia penalty of the game. Carroll will have to set it back 5 more yards and start again. Take a look there. West Virginia marching 74 yards in 8 plays, 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and really the big stat and the big key that stands out in that drive, John, is the fact that West Virginia was penalized 4 times.
That's right. The Hokies have a very tough schedule this year. They're going to play 6 teams that went to bowl games last year: Syracuse, Clemson, West Virginia, South Carolina, FSU, and Virginia. They've got their work cut out for them.
Dave McMichael, West Virginia's offensive line coach, down with his troops, as Carroll will line it up again. Again, he kicks it to the left side. He gets off a good boot. Bryant will try it from 1 yard deep. Over the 20, he is met there by Charlie Fedorko out of Berwick, Pennsylvania. And Bryant brings the ball up to the 21-yard line.
Charlie's having a great year on the specialty teams this year. He was named co-hustler versus the Maryland and Pitt game.
Take a look at the ball carrier and watch the hit here by Fedorko. Not bad for a reserve wide receiver. Will Fuhrer will start things off for the Hokies, their second possession. They were held to 3 downs and out on their first. Fuhrer looking to pass for the first time this afternoon. Dale Jackson in pursuit. Intended there for the tight end, Brian McCall, and it was behind him. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Fuhrer is still in the early learning systems of Division I college football. And coaches feel along the Virginia Tech side that he may be pressuring himself a little bit too much. He's a great natural talent, but you just can't go out there in your first couple of games, John, and take control and do exactly what you want to do. There's a lot of learning to be done, and West Virginia fans found that to be true a year ago when Major Harris was brought into the system. 2nd down and 10, and the quick pitch goes to Ralph Brown. Brown ahead to the 25-yard line. Dale Jackson stuck the arm out there and tripped up Ralph Brown, sophomore out of Hampton, Virginia.
That's their number 1 play again, Tony, the toss sweep. Secondly, we'll see the counter and then the draw play. Coach Robinson told me last night that there's a lot of similarities between the Virginia Tech offense and Pitt's offense. Maybe that's because Coach Beamer coached with Mike Godfrey.
3rd down and 6. From the Hokie 25-yard line. Fuhrer intended again over there for the tight end, Brian McCall. Darrell Whitmore on the defensive coverage. The Hokie fans looking for an interference penalty, but no flag is down. And the Mountaineer defense holds it again, John.
Darrell makes a great play here, coming up over the top, keeping away a pretty controversial call here by the Virginia Tech fans.
Brandis Bell is back deep. Kelly Fitzgerald, the kicker, and Whitmore almost got a hand on that one. Brandis Bell from the 32-yard line. Bell to the 40. Darwin Herdman making the stop just shy of the 40-yard line. So West Virginia, again, will have good field position. Fitzgerald's punt, a 41-yarder.
Grannis is really something special back there. He kind of reminds you of number 82 of the Houston Oilers, Willie Drury, who used to play for the Mountaineers. He was named co-hustler versus the Bowling Green game.
So the Mountaineer offense 1 for 1 in scoring so far this afternoon as Major Harris will go back to work. 4 penalties in their first possession. Harris on the option freeze, wide open, it's Bell. Bell with 1 man to beat, can't do it. Scott Royce coming over, and Bell is down at the 29-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you what, John, you cannot get more wide open than Grannis Bell was there.
That's right, Tony. That's the 800, 900 option series where they come down the line and freeze that secondary. When you only have three secondary people back there, we're going to see a lot of balls thrown today.
So the Mountaineers again into Tech territory. 8:21 to go, first quarter of play. And again, the flags come flying.
Dead ball foul, illegal procedure on offense.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is very interesting. This is the 3rd illegal procedure call against the Mountaineers. Apparently, the officials are calling something a lot more closely than past officials have been, because West Virginia has not been plagued at all by this type of a penalty through their first 4 games.
And it surely can't be the noise, Tony, because it's not that loud in the stadium.
Drops them back 5 yards. So again, first down and long for West Virginia. And it's Craig Taylor over the 30-yard line down to the 29. Taylor scored West Virginia's first touchdown on an 8-yard run.
Craig's having a good year. He's averaging 5.8 yards a carry. He had a long 25-yard run against Maryland.
Taylor has not lost a yard on a carry all season. That carries over from last year where he carried the ball over 70 times and was never held to a loss. 4-yard pickup, second down and 11. Jamie Lamont in motion. Here come the Tech linebackers, and that ball is picked off. Intercepted there by John Granby, the left quarterback. So Major Harris intercepted for the 4th time this season. West Virginia 6, Tech nothing, 7:18 to go, first quarter of play. Well, Don Nealon's club leads at 6-0, but no doubt the coach has some concern there. His club's been whistled for 5 penalties, and Major Harris has just thrown an interception. Virginia Tech has been shut down in their first 2 possessions. Ralph Brown is shut down there. Number 98 for the WVU Mountaineers coming over to make the stop. That's Jimmy Gray out of West Mifflin, Pennsylvania.
Jimmy Gray, the middle guard, just made a great move. That's called a skin move, where he runs right around the center. Hey, this is a big guy. He benches 425 pounds.
So they catch Brown for a 1-yard loss, and it's second down and 11. Fiora looking to put it up in the air. His tight end, Brian McCall, had his man beat, which was Robert Pickett, but the ball was overthrown. So they've gone 3 times to McCall, and he's 0 for 3 this afternoon. That's the same stat Fiora has, 0 for 3 passing. That'll bring up third down and 11.
Fiora was redshirted his freshman year when he suffered a hand injury in the weight room. And then this past spring, he had a separated shoulder and had surgery again. He's a little bit inexperienced, and he has some itchy feet, and we'll see him make some freshman mistakes today.
He had 4 interceptions a week ago at Syracuse, has 6 for the season. Third down and 11. Basil Proctor in for the Mountaineers. First time Fiora has looked to his right. And coming over to make the stop, Basil Proctor. The designated pass rusher in on that 3rd and long series for West Virginia does his job. The junior from Miami, Florida.
Just a great job. Fiora's going to have a very tough time coming into his right because he's a southpaw. You notice how he has to square his shoulders all the way across. That's awful difficult for a quarterback to do. A great play by Proctor.
It's Gerald on for his 3rd punt. Bell takes it at the 43 in Tech territory. Knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. You cannot ask for better field position. West Virginia's defense holds off the Tech offense, and the Mountaineers will start 1st and 10 from the Hokie 29 with 5:58 to go here in the first quarter of play. Well, the Mountaineers will try it for the 3rd time this afternoon. 5:58 to go, first quarter of play. WVU leads it 6-0. A.B. Brown, the ball carrier. Hit there by left tackle Scott Hill, junior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. A.B. had a tremendous afternoon against Virginia Tech a season ago, rushing for over 100 yards. And he's looking for a big game here this afternoon, and he's off to a good one. Picks up 2 there. He's got 55 yards on 4 carries. Harris on the option. Finds a seam. And Major down to the 22-yard line. Horacio Moranza, the right tackle, making the stop. Fans, don't forget Mountaineer Sports Night next Friday evening on MSN Television. Host Woody O'Hara will look at today's highlights, talk with head coach Don Nealon, and preview the East Carolina game. Mountaineer Sports Night loaded with features and information, giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at West Virginia football. Consult your local listings for the time in your area. So it's a 3rd down and 3 situation for West Virginia following the carry by Harris. Harris with the first down. He may have the TD. Coming over was Scott Rice, and he did a good job to box in Major Harris, who was looking to bring it down that near sideline. First down, West Virginia.
Major is really something special, coming out on a reverse option. He finds a seam, and that's one thing that he's great at. It doesn't look like he can get through there, and all of a sudden he slips right through. A great job. A.B. really had a nice block on the corner.
First down and goal for the Mountaineers from the 6-yard line. Brown, the ball carrier, slicing through, and he's down to the 3. Left tackle Scott Hill over to make the stop. There you see him, number 66, down on his back. Hill was the leading tackler on the Tech team a year ago with, believe it or not, 177 stops.
Last year, Hill was named the Defensive Player of the Year by the Roanoke Times, and they really think this guy's a big-timer.
Second and goal from the 3. Brown again gets the call, and he'll be held short of that goal line, down to the 1-yard line. Randy Cockrell, the right side linebacker, closed it up quickly, and Brown was put down at the 1. AB with 6 carries, 65 yards so far here in the first quarter of play.
This is where that strength program comes in handy, Tony. 3rd and goal.
Taylor's the fullback, Tyler in motion. Harris will be held short of that goal line, bringing up a 4th down and goal. Good job there by the Tech defensive unit. Jock Jones over to lead the charge. Harris had thoughts of optioning that football, but it closed up quickly. Tech did a tremendous job defending the play. Charlie Bauman will come on to try a chip shot field goal from the 9, make it a 19-yard attempt. It is good, and West Virginia takes a 9-0 lead with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. Well, John, it's not often that the Mountaineers have been held on a first down and goal situation away from scoring a touchdown. Good job there by the Tech defenders to give up just a field goal.
That's right. Obviously, they were very well coached. They had every phase of the option covered. They contained Major Harris. They had the pitch covered. And the whole, that tackle was made by the whole right side of the defensive line.
Don Nealon has come to Blacksburg 4 times. He is 2 for 2 against the Hokies. This is his 5th appearance. Overall, he's 6-2 as West Virginia's head coach against Tech. There's Mike Wallace, in charge of West Virginia University's special teams.
I asked Coach Wallace this week about his kickoff coverage, and he said that his guys are finally just starting to settle in, and kickoff coverage is very lane-oriented. Everybody has to stay in their lanes, and if there's one seam, there can be a big play busted. So he said they're finally starting to settle into that.
Myron Richardson and Marcus Michael are back deep. The Charlie Bauman field goal, culmination of a 5-play drive, traveling 27 yards with 2:41 taken off the clock. There's exactly 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play, and West Virginia leads it 9-0.
One thing you'll notice, now West Virginia tees the ball up from the far right hash. They've gone in the middle and the right to try to change that up a little bit.
Carroll's boot, a low line drive, and this one will be a touchback. So he does his job as he splits it between Marcus Michael and Myron Richardson, and the Hokies will have the ball 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
I think that was one of the reasons why that Coach Nealon deferred that kickoff. There is a nice strong wind blowing in that direction.
Fans tickets remain on sale for all upcoming West Virginia home games except Penn State. Boston College up next Saturday, October the 22nd at Mountaineer Field. You can charge tickets by calling 1-800-352-2512. Here come the Hokies. Will Fuhrer on the option keep. Picks up a yard. Ron Ellis from his inside linebacker stop had the play read beautifully. Fuhrer is still looking for his first completion of the afternoon. He's 0 for 3. Myron Richardson lines up as a receiver to the left side, and the quick toss goes to Ralph Brown. Lonnie Brockman is there to start it off, and Elvoyd Mays from his cornerback position there to finish it off, as Brown is stopped for a loss for the 2nd time this afternoon. Brown trying to turn it up, but John, I think we're seeing good defensive pressure by West Virginia. They're coming off the ball very well.
Again, Virginia Tech's favorite play, the toss sweep. The thing that happened there, Lonnie got way up the field and forced him to go deep. The pursuit was able to come in. A super job by Lonnie Brockner.
3rd and 12. Tech is 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions this afternoon. Jor with the straight drop. And the ball intended there for Ralph Brown, batted away by Basil Proctor. So Proctor, for the 2nd series in a row, stops the Hokie attack on 3rd down. And Kelly Fitzgerald will be brought on to punt the ball once again.
Again, a play-action pass, and it was a great job by Proctor filling in and coming up and breaking that play. One thing we'll notice is that Coach Shaw substitute Massley on 3rd down play, so he tries to get the best people into the game.
A very poor punt by Fitzgerald will roll dead at the 41.5-yard line. So Fitzgerald is struggling, had a good punt his first attempt, followed that with a 32-yarder in his last kick, and that one goes for just 24 yards. And so again, West Virginia begins a possession inside Tech territory. 1 minute and 37 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. An absolutely beautiful day in Blacksburg, Virginia, where a sellout crowd is on hand to watch the 34th meeting between West Virginia and the Tech Hokies. Andre Johnson gives that ball over to Reggie Rembert, and Tech has the play read very well. Rembert stopped for a loss back at the 46-yard line. Jock Jones, junior out of Ashland, Virginia, had seen that play once before. West Virginia has run the reverse every game this season, and Tech was waiting for it there.
That's right. Reggie has run that same play 6 times for a total of 74 yards, and there's no doubt these kids were well coached and waiting for it.
Aaron Evans is the fullback for the Mountaineers. Andre Johnson is the tailback. The option freeze. Harris throwing deep for Grannis Bell. Over the head. Bell looking for a flag. There isn't one. John Granby, the cornerback, was on the coverage. 52 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play as you take another look at Grannis Bell going up against John Granby. No reason to ooh and ah there by the fans. It was clean all the way. 3rd down and 15 for the Mountaineers.
From your perspective, right, Tony?
Oh, it looked clean.
Yeah.
Again, it's the option freeze by Harris. Wide open, Rembert at the 15. Down to the 9-yard line, the 8-yard line for Reggie Rembert. John Granby, the left cornerback, is being tested here by the Mountaineers. They tried it against Bell, and then they went to Rembert, and Granby that time could not make the play as Rembert is wide open for a West Virginia 1st down.
Again, West Virginia frees that defensive back with that option series. Reggie just had a great move, broke it to the outside, and a great catch. He's leading West Virginia in pass receiving with 180 yards.
1st and goal from the 7. And the ball carrier, Andre Johnson, ahead to the 6. Don Stokes, the left side linebacker, made the stop on Andre Johnson. Andre tied for the team lead in touchdowns with 5, along with A.B. Brown.
He's also having a good year carrying the ball with 4.2 yards a carry.
Well, the Mountaineers had a 1st and goal their last possession and had to settle for a field goal. Same situation here as the final seconds tick off the first quarter clock, and it's over. West Virginia leads it 9-0 as we head to the 2nd quarter of play.
For well over a century, West Virginia University has achieved a proud tradition of service. And today, as the state's land-grant, doctoral degree-granting institution, our challenges and opportunities are significant. We face the future with determination and optimism. West
The Mountaineers will start off the 2nd quarter of play here at Blacksburg. 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. The Mountaineers just destroying, statistically, Tech in the first quarter of play. 170 yards total offense for West Virginia, just 5 for Virginia Tech. Adrian Mawson as the tight end for West Virginia. Johnson, the ball carrier, slipping down to the 5. Cornerback Sean Lucas out of Abingdon, Virginia, makes the stop on Johnson. That'll bring up 3rd down and goal.
West Virginia with that whole backup line in there right now. Every 3rd series, they rotate the whole offensive line.
Evans and Johnson in the backfield. The timing pattern to Renberg. Incomplete as a penalty flag goes down. The Mountaineers used that timing pattern in their first game against Bowling Green, and it worked. Penalty will go against West Virginia. And that'll cost them the down on the penalty. So again, Tech stops a touchdown attempt by West Virginia on a 1st and goal situation, and Charlie Bauman will be called on for a field goal.
Charlie having a great year so far, 6 for 7, 86%. Coach Nealon says he's like money in the bank.
He'll be kicking this one into the wind, a 37-yard attempt for Charlie Bauman, the senior from Erie, Pennsylvania. Chuck Levinus is the holder. It's long enough, and it is good. West Virginia takes a 12-0 lead with 14 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Very uncharacteristic, John, of the West Virginia offense to sputter once it gets inside the opposing team's 10-yard line. They've had great success all season, but Tech has held West Virginia on 2 possessions once they've gained a 1st down and goal situation.
This is what Coach Nealon talked about. Don't come down here and make mental mistakes. There's no doubt that West Virginia has talent, but let's concentrate and have fun and play some ball.
Mountaineer marching band, the pride of West Virginia, in full force here, located in the end zone underneath the scoreboard at Lane Stadium.
Charlie Bonneman just having a great year. In fact, last night in the hotel, he said, "Hi, Mr. Garcia," and I said, "Huh, please, Charlie, don't call me Mr. Garcia. That's some old man who lives in Pittsburgh. I'm not that old."
So Bauman has 7 points for West Virginia, 7 of their 12. And he continues to lead the team in scoring. He's up there nationally, John, in point scoring. Top 10 scorers in the nation. Coming into the game, averaging over 10 points a game. West Virginia travels 21 yards in 7 plays, and Bauman kicks a 37-yard field goal. His first boot was a 29-yarder. That gave West Virginia a 9-0 lead.
The president of Virginia Tech, Dr. James McComas, is a West Virginia native, Tony, born in Pritchard, West Virginia. A West Virginia graduate, 1951.
A lot of relationships between the 2 states, of course, because of the proximity. This is Marcus Michael from the 4-yard line, and Charlie Fedorko tracks him down again. Shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line, Charlie Fedorko, reserve wide receiver for West Virginia, makes his 2nd big hit on the kickoff return in the ball game.
Charlie just having a great year on the specialty teams from Berwick, Pennsylvania. Played for Coach Curry up there.
Tremendous program, Berwick, Pennsylvania. He was a teammate with West Virginia safety Bo Orlando, and in Bo's senior year, they won the high school national championship, voted by USA Today. Dior drops the ball, but has the presence of mind to pick it up, and he fires his first completion of the afternoon. Nick Cullen makes the catch at the 28-yard line. That's good presence of mind for a freshman quarterback to drop the ball, pick it back up, and he fires it to Cullen. 8-yard pickup, and that'll be a 2nd down and 2.
Cullen is a good possession receiver, runs good routes, has average speed of 4.7, but he can catch the football.
Quick toss going to Ralph Brown, bobbles it, and Bo Orlando, along with Chris Herring and Mike Fox, there to make the stop. Brown has had some problems trying to turn the corner here early on. He's been caught in the backfield twice for losses. He's a big guy, a lot bigger than most running backs. He stands 6'3" and weighs 225 pounds. So to compare him to someone you might be more familiar with, he's kind of like an Eric Dickerson type, 6'3", 225, and likes to run up.
This past winter, his squat went from 390 to 540. So he's made a lot of improvements on his strength.
3rd and 1. The fullback, Blacken. And he looks to be held short of that first down marker. That was Phil Bryant, the ball carrier. And the Mountaineer defense does it. They hold off the Hokies on a 3rd down and 1. A great surge there by the Mountaineers.
Number 73, Scott Summons, just having a great year, is a 440-pound bench presser. He was named defensive co-champion versus Maryland. And Coach Robinson told me last night this is one of the keys why his defensive line is having such a great year.
Fitzgerald comes back with a good boot after a 24-yarder, and the Tech Hokies have Grannis Bell trapped in.
Tech
spot the ball down there, excuse me, John, at the 28-yard line. 46-yard punt. West Virginia will have the ball when we return. 12:25 to go, second quarter. Major Harris looking to build upon a Mountaineer 12-0 lead. And the toss goes to A.B. Brown. Brown ahead to the 35-yard line. 7-yard pickup for A.B. Brown, brought down by outside linebacker Jock Jones.
West Virginia is just so darn deep with talented players. Now they have their first team back in there with A.B. and that starting offensive line. And last series, they had the backups in there.
A.B. Brown off to a tremendous afternoon, nearing the 100 mark, and we've still got 11 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Harris with plenty of time. Jamie Lamont for the reception. First down, West Virginia. Stop the ball up to the 43-yard line, so Lamont has a pair of receptions this afternoon. Senior from Washington, Pennsylvania, came to the West Virginia program 2 years back out of Dodge City Community College in Kansas. Played his first year in, redshirted last year, and is back for his senior season. And as mentioned earlier, he's the roommate of Major Harris, so you've got to think during the week, they say, I promise you, get open and I'll get it to you. First down play for the Mountaineers, and it's A.B. Brown. Out ahead to the 49-yard line as West Virginia looks to march it into Tech territory.
I'll promise you or I'll pay you.
Don Stokes, junior linebacker from Hopewell, Virginia, made the last stop on Brown. Offensive coordinator Bob Shaw down on the field going over schemes with his unit. Defense for West Virginia has played very well here early. Major Harris, second down and 5, reverses himself, and he's got his tight end, Keith Wynn. Wynn down to the 40, another first down for the Mountaineers. Sean Lucas, left outside backer, there to make the catch.
This is a play-action pass, and Major Harris has plenty of time. He sees Keith running the hook pattern, and Keith really not as utilized as he has, as the tight ends have been in the past, just because West Virginia hasn't been throwing the ball as much.
That was Wynn's 4th reception of the season. From the Tech 40-yard line. Fumble on the play. And it looks as though Brown, no, he didn't get a hold of it. Coming up with the ball is Don Stokes. Linebacker out of Hopewell, Virginia, number 32, with his arm raised there. Mountaineers commit their second turnover of the ball game. Harris was intercepted in the first quarter, and now the fumble by A.B. Brown with 10 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play.
Tech finally getting some decent field position where they can do something.
Penalty flag comes down. Ure has his man wide open. Myron Richardson down for the touchdown, but again, let's point out that the penalty flag is down. It will go against Virginia Tech. An illegal shift is the call. West Virginia had the same penalty called against them in the first quarter. And this one's really going to sting for the Hokies.
Illegal shift on the offense. Man going in motion. Quarterback goes down.
Man going in motion. Negates the touchdown pass from Pure to Richardson.
Pure just unleashed that ball, and you couldn't really see what happened there, but Al Boyd apparently just got beat deep. Richardson with great speed. He's a 4.48 40.
5-yard penalty. It'll be first down and 15. Nick Cullen in motion. The draw play to Ralph Brown. Brown slowed there by Dale Jackson, breaking free as he brings it into West Virginia territory, down to the 41-yard line. So after getting knocked around, Ralph Brown breaks one free. Hokies have themselves a first down.
What we talked about, one of their second or third biggest plays is the draw play. They snuck one in there. Ralph made a job getting to the perimeter and getting upfield. West Virginia has to get that intensity back that they had last week and all that enthusiasm and zip. It seems like we're a little bit flat.
That was the first down of the ball game for Tech. Comes with 9 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first half. And again, they go to Brown. Ahead for a couple of yards. It'll bring up a second down and 8. Brown has been looking for a big season. He started things off with a very good spring practice. Finished up the maroon and orange game in spring with 140 yards and was named the most valuable offensive player on that afternoon.
He's had some nagging injuries throughout his career that have slowed him down a little bit.
Pure in trouble, and he is brought down by Chris Parker, senior out of Whitehall, Pennsylvania, with the sack on Will Pure. That'll bring up a third down and long.
Pure with a straight drop back pass. Tech has had a little bit of problems this year with their pass protection. Chris Parker, just a great job. His second sack of the year, and he has 5 tackles for a loss, having a super year.
He's on his way to gaining All-American status. Third down and long. West Virginia comes with a blitz on the corners. Intended there for Jeff Roberts, and over on the coverage, Morgantown's Willie Edwards. So despite the big return on the big run by Ralph Brown, Kelly Fitzgerald will again be called on to punt. Travis Bell standing at the 10-yard line. Fitzgerald has been erratic in his punting so far. Plenty of time. Gets off a high boomer that gets caught up in the wind. And the Mountaineers will have a touchback. First and 10 for West Virginia from the 20-yard line with 8 minutes and 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter. West Virginia leads it 12-0. Well, the Mountaineers have had to settle for field goals on their last 2 possessions after gaining a first down and goal. Let's see what they can do on this possession. Harris is in trouble, and the Hokies have got it. Ball popping loose, and West Virginia coughs it up. The second straight possession, they have fumbled the football. Hal Chamblee, sophomore out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, had the pressure on Major Harris, and the Major coughs the ball up. Bobby Martin, still there, John, the right side linebacker, came off that pile. He was down there as the Mountaineers have committed their 3rd turnover.
Chamblee has been their big play man for the last couple years. He has great quickness. He's a 400-pound bench presser, and there he comes up with a big play again.
Malcolm Blacken, the fullback, on the draw play, is met there by Chris Herring, junior out of Pueblo, Colorado.
Just a super play on the draw play by Chris Herring. I mean, a linebacker cannot play that play any better than he did. It was a pass. They slipped the draw in there. He hung in there and nosed them up. Great job by Chris Herring.
2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8. Again, they go to Blacken, and it closes it into the 11-yard line. Blacken's a senior from Beaverlet, Virginia. Had a really poor junior year. Finished up with just 22 yards on 18 carries. His career has gone up and down at Virginia Tech. Back in 1986, he was the starting tailback on the team that went to the Peach Bowl. Last year he struggled, and this year he's coming back, had a good offseason, and looking to make a big contribution. 3rd down and 2. Confusion in the backfield. Turnbull is after Fuhr, and Fuhr tosses the ball, intended it over there on the far side for Jeff Roberts.
There was no doubt there was a missed assignment on that play. It looked like the tailback went the wrong way. Mike Fox put on great pressure, forced Fuhr to throw the ball out of bounds.
So Chris Kinzer will come on for the field goal attempt. Spotted on the 18-yard line, so a 28-yard attempt for senior place kicker Chris Kinzer, a former All-American. And he rifles it through with 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first half. The Hokies get on the scoreboard. West Virginia 12 and Virginia Tech 3.
West Virginia defense did a great job on that play, holding the Virginia Tech offense to 3 points. That's considered a sudden change anytime that ball is given up in your field position. West Virginia did a great job there.
Well, for all those Mountaineer fans watching on Home Team Sports in the Capital Region, this bud's for you. West Virginia leads it 12-3 with 7 minutes and 5 seconds to go. So Tech has definitely been outplayed so far in the game, John, but the scoreboard won't tell you that. That's because West Virginia has had to settle for field goals on 2 situations where they had gained a 1st down and goal.
And that's basically because of costly mental mistakes. Penalties, drop passes, fumbles, that sort of thing. And I'm sure Coach Neal is going to have a little talk at halftime about some concentration.
Mountaineer offense is high-powered, averaging 48 points per game. In fact, in their last 12 straight games, they have averaged 40 points. Mountaineer kick unit comes on as we take a look at the Tech scoring drive caused by the fumble. 4 plays, just 8 yards, 1 minute and 18 seconds as Chris Kinzer gets the Virginia Tech Hokies on the board.
Coach Beamer of Virginia Tech really just getting started here under his 2nd year. He's the first Virginia Tech alumni to be head coach in over 40 years.
Eugene Napoleon is back deep as Kinzer kicks the ball off, and it's a tremendous kick, and West Virginia will not have a return. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers from the 20-yard line as the defenders, there's Bo Orlando and Robert Pickett, get together on the sideline to straighten some things out. Pickett's a big story for the West Virginia Mountaineers. Very questionable going into the season because he had a problem with his forehead swelling because of contact. And they were really worried as to whether he would be able to play this season, but they found the helmet that was just right, and he's been in there for the Mountaineers. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. The ball carrier is Craig Taylor. Picks up 4 yards on the play. Making the stop for the Hokies. Darwin Herdman.
That's a very unusual head injury. John Spiker, one of the athletic trainers, told me that he's only known of 3 of those type injuries. Brad Hunt and Pickett have been 2 of them here.
Delvin Phillips coming in motion. And the quick toss goes to A.B. Brown. Brown slowed up there by Leslie Bailey, the junior out of Hampton, Virginia. They'll spot the ball at the 26-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down and 4. A.B. Brown comes into the ball game with 333 yards rushing, and so with over 70 this afternoon, he's already over the 400 mark for the season. 3rd and 4. Harris looks to put it up. Throws across, and he's got the first down. At the 39-yard line, West Virginia has the first down. The pass complete to Jamie Lamont. So Jamie has 30 receptions for the Mountaineers this afternoon, his biggest afternoon this season.
Again, Major has plenty of time, but he utilizes his talent and gets to the outside and sees the open man, Jamie Lamont, dragging across the middle. A great job by Jamie coming back to the quarterback on the scramble.
A.B. Brown tries the middle. Picks up 3 yards on the play. Horatio Moranto, junior out of Fort Dix, New Jersey, makes the stop. Moranto was one of 2 Tech defenders that had to sit last season out because of academic problems. The other was left outside linebacker Sean Lucas. So Moranto got the work done in the classroom, and he's back there, and he's a key member of that Virginia Tech defense. On the option, Brown looking for room. Flag comes down. Brown crosses over the 40-yard line. Will Goen made the stop on Brown. Don Nehlen can't be happy with the penalties that have been called here this afternoon. There's a holding against his team. Don Nehlen said coming in that he wants to throw the ball more this afternoon than he has been. They've been averaging just 15 pass attempts a game, and Harris already has 12 here with 4:52 to go in the first half of play. So
On the offensive
they're living
team,
up to their word.
10 yards from the spot into Kirby on line of scrimmage.
Second down and 20 for West Virginia. West Virginia's all-time winningest coach looking on from the sideline, and Don Nehlen. Harris looking downfield. He's got Lamont. Jamie Lamont down at the 48-yard line, just shy of the first down marker. John Granby made the stop on Lamont, who's really becoming a factor in the game. That's his 4th catch.
Again, the 800-900 pass series. Major Harris reversing out, coming back off the line, freezing that free safety, seeing Jamie drag across the middle. It seems like every week West Virginia features a different wide receiver, whether it's Grannis or Jamie.
Double tight end formation on 3rd down and 1, and they've got A.B. Brown stopped. Bobby Martin leading the charge along with Horatio Moranto and Darwin Herdman. And the Mountaineers will be forced to punt for the first time this afternoon. So Brown is stopped for a loss on the play on a 3rd down and 1.
Just a great job by Bobby Martin, one of the linebackers, sneaking in there, making a big play. He had a big game against West Virginia last year.
Lance Carrion's punt into the wind, a high spiral that gets caught up. Myron Richardson calls for the fair catch. And Tech will have the ball. First down and 10 from the 23-yard line with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. West Virginia leads it 12-3. Well, there was a flag thrown on that punt by West Virginia. It will be a clip against Virginia Tech. And talk about a useless penalty as Myron Richardson called for the fair catch.
We had a clip. It'll be a post-scrimmage kick in Portsmouth. Means we're penalized from the end of where the kick ended, and the red team will keep the ball.
Bobby Martin, the linebacker who made that big play, is considered the most improved player this past spring. Last year against West Virginia, he had 11 tackles, 1 sack, a fumble recovery, and a caused fumble. He had a full day's work.
Hokies driving back to their 14-yard line on the penalty. Well, they're going to even make it farther than that. They respot the ball. And that'll bring it to the 11-yard line. Handoff goes to the fullback, Malcolm Blacken. Brings it ahead to the 15-yard line. 4-yard pickup as Scott Summits, nose guard for the Mountaineers, over to make the stop.
Scott with a great job that time. Had a runaround move, ran right around the center, came up with a big play. He has 3 sacks this year. He's doing a heck of a job.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Pure on the draw play to Ralph Brown. He's met there by Theron Ellis and Scott Summits. He'll be short of the first down marker by a couple of yards. Ralph Brown now with 32 yards on 8 carries. You're looking on 3rd and 2, and that ball is incomplete. Intended for Nick Cullen at the 30-yard line. Darrell Whitmore over on the defensive coverage for the Mountaineers.
This is what the West Virginia defensive staff has said, that this quarterback will feature the passes in the flat and the curl patterns. He very seldom goes deep. What they want to do is get him out of that pocket and get him on the move to throw the ball.
Fitzgerald's punt, a good one, a high spiraler. Bell muffs the ball, and West Virginia will start off on the 28-yard line. First down and 10 with 1 minute and 56 seconds to go. A 53-yard boot by Kelly Fitzgerald. Well, the Mountaineer offense has been slowed here after a very productive first possession. They marched right down the field despite committing 4 penalties and scored on an 8-yard run by Craig Taylor. But since that point, they've had to settle for a couple of field goals, and they lead it 12-3. West Virginia's starting offensive line is intact. As John mentioned, they commonly make substitutions. Harris on the run. Major dragged out at the 36-yard line, gets caught up on the bench. Don Stokes made the hit. And the partisan Mountaineer crowd here looking for a late call.
I don't know if that was a quarterback draw or not, Tony. It looked like Major Harris was dropping back to pass, and that thing just naturally opened it for him. And he had a good job getting to the sidelines and getting upfield. Just a little aggressive football there, that's all.
The Major picks up 8 yards. Second down and 2. Double receivers out to the left. Wide open, Darrell Mitchell. And Mitchell has the first down as the Mountaineers move into Tech territory. They'll spot the ball on the 37-yard line. John Granby, the left cornerback, could not stay up there with Darrell Mitchell, the sophomore from Point Pleasant, West Virginia. No huddle by the Mountaineers. 1:39 and counting here in the first half. Pressure on. And Jamie Lamont, the intended receiver, can hold it, but the ball was right there for Lamont. Tech sent the cornerback along the right side of the defense, straight ahead on a blitz. Harris picked it up and fired the ball very nicely into Lamont, but he couldn't make the grab.
Darrell Mitchell is going to be a name that West Virginia fans are going to hear in the future. And he's an extremely talented youngster. Needs to work on a little bit more strength. He's bench pressing about 345 pounds right now. Both these teams, Tony, are pretty darn proud of their weight program. There was a little article in their press guide, Virginia Tech's, about their weight program, that 3 people bench press over 400 pounds. Looking at Al Johnson's program in West Virginia, over 34 people bench press over 400 pounds.
That's a key point of this game as the game wears along. West Virginia, with the greater amount of strength, would be expected to wear down the Hokies. And if you take a look at West Virginia through their first 4 games, that has held true. Their offense scoring more points as the game moves along. In fact, their biggest quarter offensively is the fourth quarter, where they've scored 56 points through the first 4 games. Take a look at the passing yardage, and West Virginia with 162 through the air. The Mountaineers just dominating the game statistically, but the big stat really isn't that offset. 12-3, West Virginia leads it with 1:33 to go here in the first half of play. Second down and 10 will be facing the Mountaineers. West Virginia was charged with that last timeout. And it's Craig Taylor. Taylor down to the 30-yard line. Randy Cockrell, the right side linebacker, making the stop.
What the offense will do in situations like this, Tony, they'll call 2 plays in the huddle so the kids can line back up again and run it.
Penalty flag is down on that play. Now we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct call against West Virginia. That'll be Mountaineer penalty number 9. So the Mountaineers on a march here as time winding down in the first half of play, and they're hit with a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Didn't pick it up there, but I believe it was some words going on after the Taylor run. Harris with plenty of time goes for Mitchell, and the ball is picked up at the 25-yard line. Sean Lucas on the interception for Virginia Tech. That's the second interception taken off of Major Harris this afternoon.
Straight drop back pass, and it's just flat out poor judgment by Major Harris. Lucas has Mitchell very well covered and throws the ball to him.
I think if he would have thrown that ball more to the outside, he may have had a chance, but he threw it behind Mitchell. He was there to make the pick. Nick Cullen comes in motion. You're letting it go deep. David Lockwood is back for the Mountaineers. Pushed there by Myron Richardson. And that'll bring up second down and 10 with 1 minute and 1 second to go here in the first half of play. That particular play, Myron Richardson had to quickly turn from pass receiver to pass defender as he saw the ball was thrown behind him. He had to make the play, pushing Lockwood back so the interception wouldn't be caught. Here comes the draw play, and West Virginia has it red. Chris Herring along with Bo Orlando. That'll bring up a third down situation. Third down and long. 48 seconds and counting here in the first half.
Another great job by Chris Herring on the draw play with outside support from Bo Orlando.
35 seconds and counting. Third down and long. Dior breaks free. It'll be close to the first down as he brings it over the 36-yard line. 24 seconds on the clock. And the officials will call time for a measurement. They got it. Just by the nose of that football with 24 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Virginia Tech has their second first down of the ball game. Clock begins to wind down. 15 seconds and counting. Shore looking for his tight end, and he's got Brian McCall. And McCall will have the ball spotted at the 47-yard line. First reception for Brian McCall. Junior out of Raynell, West Virginia, attended Greenbrier West High School.
The Virginia Tech coaching staff doing a good job while the clock's ticking down here, utilizing their timeouts and field position. And they do have the wind to their back. If they can get one more play off and out of bounds, we can expect an outcut or something like that to get that clock stopped.
Well, they've got 54 yards to travel in 7 seconds as we take a look at Will Fuhr, redshirted freshman out of Bellevue, Washington, the state of Washington. Attended Fork Union Military Academy and enjoyed the state of Virginia so much that when his career was done at the prep school, he said, yeah, I think I will play at Virginia Tech. Coming off of shoulder surgery during spring practice, his dad is an orthopedic surgeon, so his dad flew in and operated on his son, who had a separated shoulder. So Fuhr was unable to go through spring drills, and the coaching staff believes that really slowed him in his progress. Fuhr firing deep, and he's got Ralph Brown incomplete. Did not get both feet in. 2 seconds showing on the clock. Darrell Whitmore over on the coverage.
That was another great call by the Virginia Tech staff. They had the right idea. Get that clock down to 2 seconds.
Well, he had the feet in, apparently did not have control of the football. So 2 seconds remain here in the half. And Tech again will try to fire that ball deep. Now, Fuhr has a tremendous throwing arm. He can put the ball 60 yards into the air, and expect to see that here. Virginia Tech quarterback coach Ricky Bussell has been around in this business. In fact, he's coached the likes of Bubby Brister, who's now with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Stan Humphrey, who's now with the Washington Redskins. So he's seen both of those guys in their college days, and he says Fuhr has the stronger arm. So that'll tell you a little bit about Will Fuhr.
There's no doubt he's going to be a solid quarterback by the time he leaves Virginia Tech. He's just a little green right now with inexperience, and the only way you get that experience is to get in there and knock around a little bit.
Mountaineers drop Darrell Whitmore, their free safety, back at the 25-yard line. Time has expired, so this is the final play unless we get a penalty. The long throw by Fuhr is knocked down there by David Lockwood. So the first half of action from Lane Stadium is over, and the West Virginia Mountaineers, problem-ridden, take a 12-3 lead into the locker room at halftime.
Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Key Centurion Bank Shares, building our communities together. Walker Machinery, your Caterpillar dealer. Your Mountaineer Chrysler Plymouth dealers. The competition knows it's the team to beat. U.S. Air, with flights to over 100 cities in North America. At U.S. Air, we welcome all of our passengers, one at a time.
And we welcome you back to Lane Stadium, a sellout crowd watching the 34th meeting between West Virginia University and the Virginia Tech Hokies. The Mountaineers lead it by 9 points, and statistically, John Garcia, it could have been a whole lot worse. West Virginia racking up 297 yards in total offense compared to 65 for the Hokies. West Virginia with 127 yards on the ground. But the key statistic in that first half, one that you don't see there, is penalties. West Virginia was charged with 9 penalties for 82 yards, and because of those penalties in key situations, the Mountaineers were forced to settle for field goals rather than touchdowns. On 2 separate occasions, they had a first down and goal situation inside the 10, and they were unable to punch the ball in there. So, in essence, West Virginia has been shut down in the first half for the first time this season. Their lowest point total in a first half of play through the first 4 games. And you must give credit to Virginia Tech as well. They've hung on there, and they're playing very well, while the Mountaineers are a bit emotionally flat in that first half of play. Eugene Napoleon starting things off for the Mountaineers, and he is smothered at the 17-yard line. Napoleon brought it out from 1 yard deep. Junior out of Jersey City, New Jersey.
It looked like Eugene was a little hesitant there for 1 second, and then he decided to bring it out to the 16-yard line.
Mountaineers turning the ball over in that first half of play. Major Harris drew 2 interceptions, and there were 2 fumbles, so 4 turnovers by the Mountaineers. First play of the second half, and it goes to Craig Taylor, senior out of Linden, New Jersey, ahead to the 21-yard line.
There's no doubt Coach Nealon is not going to change the game plan. West Virginia moved the ball up and down the field. The only thing that happened was mental breakdown.
Nealon knew coming in that it's always difficult to play at Lane Stadium. His team has averaged just 11 points per game in 4 pass trips here under Don Nealon. They've got 12 so far, but they need a whole lot more. A.B. Brown, the ball carrier, and he is smothered by the middle of that Tech defensive wide tackle 6, Scott Hill, junior out of Virginia Beach, number 66, over to make the stop along with Don Stokes, the left side linebacker.
Traditionally, Virginia Tech has always played West Virginia very emotional. Today's no different.
Brown picks up a yard or 2, and it's 3rd down and 4 facing West Virginia. Harris has the first down plus a whole lot more. Major inside Virginia Tech territory, brought down at the 47-yard line, and there you see it. The ability of Major Harris to make the big play when in trouble. Don Stokes finally pushed him out of there, but Harris was trapped in and cut it to the outside. He just makes you miss. A 26-yard run for Major Harris.
Coach Nealon must have put this play in during the week, because I was at practice on Wednesday, and they practiced it a number of times. What it was is Major comes down the line on the option and then runs back the other way on an angle, and again, it was a big play.
Fullback Craig Taylor pushes it up to the 45-yard line. Horatio Maranta, junior out of Fort Dix, New Jersey, number 93, making the stop on Craig Taylor. Well, a week ago, Major Harris broke a long run off on 2nd down and 25 against the Pitt Panthers. He scampered for 38 yards and broke the game open at that point. And he did it there on 3rd down and 4. Couple yard pickup at 2nd down and 8. And the option goes to A.B. Brown, and he's got room. Brown cutting across the 30-yard line, down to the 23, and a penalty flag comes down late. We could have a face mask. Jimmy Whitten, sophomore out of Danville, Virginia, finally got a hold of A.B. Brown.
This is a great job at the base option. Major gets the read and just pitches the ball. Now it's just a one-on-one situation, athlete against athlete. A.B. puts a little juke on him, gets upfield. Now watch the strength of A.B. Brown. I mean, he just breaks tackles.
And Whitten coming over, grabbed a bit of that face mask, and so tack on a few more, 5 more on that penalty. West Virginia starts off this second half of action, much like they did the ball game on that run. Brown now cracks the century mark, 102 yards on 14 carries. They added 5 yards on a face mask penalty from the Tech 18-yard line. That's Rembert in motion. Craig Taylor saw that hole close up very quickly as Don Stokes, junior out of Hopewell, Virginia, was there to make the stop. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Jamie Lamont comes in for the Mountaineers, lining up as a receiver out to the right side. Reggie Rembert wide to the left. Adrian Moss, the tight end, over in motion. And Brown cuts it back inside the 15-yard line, brought down at the 12. Al Chambly, the left end, making the stop on A.B. Brown, who is putting together his best offensive afternoon of the season.
The toss sweep, and A.B. Brown sees a seam to the inside, and when this big guy gets running north and south, watch out.
Got an injured Virginia Tech player down on the field. As Brown trots off the field, Andre Johnson will come on. Injured player down for Virginia Tech.
are you doing down here?
11 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the second half of play. Well, fans, don't forget that tickets remain on sale for all upcoming West Virginia home games except Penn State, Boston College. Up next, Saturday, October the 22nd is the day at Mountaineer Field. You can charge tickets by phone, calling 1-800-352-2512, or visit any Key Centurion member bank or reliable mortgage location throughout the state of West Virginia. That injured player down was Roger Brown, the right cornerback out of Baltimore, Maryland. Seems to be okay as he comes off the field under his own power. From the Tech 12-yard line. And they've got Major Harris trapped back there. Back to the original line of scrimmage, Jimmy Witten and Horacio Maranta over to make the stop.
Again, give credit to the Virginia Tech defense. They really get tough down here inside the 20-yard line. This is the third time. They've done a great job.
Charlie Bauman on to try his third field goal of the afternoon. A 29-yard attempt into the wind. Levinus is the holder, and Bauman's kick is good. West Virginia takes a 15-3 lead with 11 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. We'll be right back. We welcome you back to Lane Stadium as we take a look at West Virginia University's marching band, the Pride of West Virginia. Making a great deal of noise down there in the end zone to our right. Don Wilcox's band annually, just a tremendous unit.
Virginia Tech's logo, Tony, was designed by two art students back in 1984, where they had a little competition going in their art school, and they designed the new logo.
Is that right? That's the modern Virginia Tech logo that we're seeing this afternoon. The hot V crossing the T. It's an aggressive logo. Well, Charlie Bauman will stay over on the West Virginia sidelines as Brad Carroll will come on for the kickoff. Bauman has scored 9 of West Virginia's 15 points this afternoon on 3 field goals. He missed the extra point attempt after West Virginia's first touchdown, but Bauman has come back to hit field goals of 29 twice and 31.
We have to give credit to the West Virginia coaches there. That last series, they did their homework and came up with a big play on that option draw by Major Harris.
Brad Carroll's kickoff coming down to Marcus Michael on the run from the 12-yard line. He's got room, and he is hit there. The ball is loose, and Virginia Tech has the football. A big pop there by Willie Edwards. And coming up on that football was Tim Boitnott for Virginia Tech. You see him there, number 31, right place at the right time. The 11 minutes and 2 seconds to go, third quarter of play. West Virginia's defense in that first half held the Tech offense to just 65 yards. Ronaldo Turnbull puts the stop on Ralph Brown. Brown rushing for 36 yards on 10 carries in the first half. And there he is, the gobbler of Virginia Tech.
Ronaldo just having a super year. That's a guy who wasn't expected to start. He has 5 sacks for a total of 44 yards lost.
3-yard pickup. It's second down and 7 from the Hokie 29-yard line. You're over the middle, and that ball is picked off by Darrell Whitmore. The Virginia native comes back to haunt his state from Front Royal, Virginia. Redshirted freshman free safety for the WVU Mountaineers. Played it perfectly as Fuhrer came over the middle.
Just a straight drop back pass, and Whitmore slips right in front of that tight end, dragging across the middle.
Pass intended for Myron Richardson. There's Darrell Whitmore. He's been drafted twice by the Toronto Blue Jay organization. He's a shortstop, and this coming spring he'll skip practice on the football field and play for the West Virginia Mountaineer baseball team. Harris looking deep, and that ball is loose. of Virginia Tech, Randy Cockrell, picks up the loose ball as Harris was hit from the blind side and coughs the ball up. That's the second time Harris has lost the football this afternoon, being hit.
Play action pass. Major just doing what he does best, trying to make the big play. Pressure came from the backside. Give the defense credit.
Jock Jones was there to make that hit on Major Harris. So turnovers are exchanged. And Virginia Tech from their 38-yard line, the quick toss to Ralph Brown. Spun down there by Preston Waters and Theron Ellis. One of those afternoons that West Virginia has not seen in a long time. 5 turnovers against the Mountaineers. You'd have to go all the way back to last year's game against the Maryland Terrapins, which was the 3rd game of the season, for West Virginia to have committed 5 turnovers in a ball game. Again, they go to Brown. The defense there to stretch him out, and Bo Orlando comes up to make the stop from his strong safety position. The senior out of Berwick, Pennsylvania. That's Joseph Bo Orlando.
A great play by Bo Orlando. I think his speed is very deceptive. They have a pro test, a 20-yard shuttle run. Bo Orlando has the fastest time on the team, 3.89 seconds. He's exceptionally quick.
Incredible strength. At 173 pounds, he bench presses over 400 pounds. Pure on 3rd down and 4, and again, Darrell Whitmore breaks the play up as Pure was looking for his tight end, Brian McCall. Darrell Whitmore from Front Royal, Virginia.
We talked about turnovers, Tony. Coming into this game, West Virginia was +5 on the turnover board. Things have certainly changed here this afternoon.
They've turned it over 5 times already in the ball game. Kelly Fitzgerald with the punt, and this is a beauty. Bell will let it go, and West Virginia will have the touchback. 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line with 8 minutes and 57 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Mountaineers 15 and Virginia Tech 3. Fitzgerald benefiting from the wind behind his back, booted that ball 56 yards as the Mountaineers start off from their 20-yard line, and a big hole for A.B. Brown. 1st down, West Virginia, as Brown is stopped at the 37-yard line by safety man Scott Rice, and this is without question A.B. Brown's best rushing afternoon of the season.
A sprint draw, this is one thing that A.B. Brown is very good at. He has that vision where he can see the whole line of scrimmage. He saw it seam, cut it back, and had a great job. And like we said before, when he gets heading north and south, he's like a little locomotive.
119 yards, and that is the best rushing afternoon for A.B. so far this season. Again, it's A.B. Brown, and again, a big hole. Brown down to the 45-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Anthony Pack, freshman out of Radford, Virginia, over to make the stop. I'm your defensive coordinator, Bob Shaw, along with outside linebacker coach Bill Kurlavich, talking things over with the defensive unit, but it hasn't been the defense that's been causing any problems for West Virginia. It's been the offense, penalties and turnovers. Craig Taylor finds running room tough. Penalty flag is down on the play. Jimmy Witten, right end, over to make the stop.
Virginia Tech's offense is certainly struggling. They do not have an active player who scored a touchdown so far this season. Both Jeffries and Fox are both injured, so the 5th game of the year, they don't have anybody who scored a touchdown.
Penalty will go against West Virginia, a hold. That'll be their 9th penalty of the ball game for 93 yards. Mountaineer defensive front taking a seat as the offense tries to get on track, leading it by 12 points, 15-3. Brings up a 2nd down and 11. Quick toss over to A.B. Brown, and Brown knocked down at that 1st down marker. Over at the 47-yard line, Roger Brown, the right cornerback, pushing Brown out of bounds. So Brown on that play. West Virginia lined up A.B. Brown there, John, out of the backfield as a receiver.
West Virginia coaching staff just taking advantage of that 8-man front with only 3 people in secondary coverage. They feel they can throw the ball all day.
On the spot, West Virginia will have the first down. Chain gang making their way over on the far side of the field. And again, the ball carrier is A.B. Brown. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Coming off the pile, Al Chambly out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, a sophomore.
Chambly having a super game today. He has great ability, and again, one of the strongest guys on Virginia Tech team.
Reserve receiver Jeff Roberts over warming up on the Tech sideline. No gain on the play, so it's second down and 10. Harris is knocked down by Chambly again. So Chambly starting to become a force here in the ball game. West Virginia will face a third down and long.
And this guy's only a sophomore, Tony. We've got to look at him for 2 more years.
Jamie Lamont and Reggie Rembert go out. Calvin Phillips and Grannis Bell come in. West Virginia is 5 of 9 in third down conversions. This is a third down and 9 facing the Mountaineers. Brown on the drop play, and West Virginia has been held. Scott Hill, the left tackle, read the play beautifully. And Lance Carrion will be called on to punt for the second time this afternoon. Carrion will be punting into the wind. His first kick went for just 29 yards. He came in with a tremendous average, as you see, 46.5. End-over-end kick. Dies at the 25-yard line. So Virginia Tech will have it first and 10 from the 25 with 5 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Well, Will Fuhrer and company will try to get on the scoreboard here for Virginia Tech. Hokies trailing it by 12 points, and this is Jeff Roberts, who we just saw warming up. West Virginia's defense has the play read, but a beautiful catch by Myron Richardson down to the 25-yard line. 2 Mountaineer defenders were back on the play, but a beautiful grab by Myron Richardson. Took the ball away from Bo Orlando. Richardson, the junior, out of Richmond, Virginia. Went right up and brought the ball down, and the Virginia Tech Hokies have their best field position of the afternoon. First and 10 from the 25. Ralph Brown on the quick toss. Met there by Chris Herring and Jim Gray.
That play was certainly well read by the Mountaineer defensive secondary. It's just Richardson came up with a great play.
Brown picks up 3 yards. Second down and 7. Again, they go to Brown. Chris Herring's got a hold of him, along with Jim Gray, and he's held up at the 20-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 5.
Chris Herring made another super play on that. He's having a heck of a game today. He fielded right outside that defensive tackle, right in that running lane, and came up and made the play. Super job by Chris.
Mountaineer defense has done very well on third down attempts this afternoon. Tech just 1 of 10. Here comes the blitz. And a beautiful grab there made by fullback Malcolm Blanken, but he will be shy of the first down marker. Bo Orlando came on the safety blitz. And Fuhrer made the nice toss out front with pressure on him, but they'll be shy of the first down marker.
I tell you, Bo Orlando came on a strong safety game, and he just put the crosshairs on him. Fuhrer was lucky to get that ball away. and he made a super effort.
4th down and 1, and Frank Beamer will go for it. Double tight end formation. From the 16-yard line. Ralph Brown. He will be stopped short. Depending on that spot, it did not look as though Brown had it. Mountaineer defense leaving the field.
There's no doubt West Virginia was ready for this play, the toss sweep, their number 1 play. Mike Fox making a great play coming up over the backside. Super effort by the West Virginia defense.
It was, and the Mountaineers have held with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Here in the 3rd quarter of play, head coach Frank Beamer went for the gamble, and Brown could not get that necessary yardage.
That was great team defense that time, Tony. Everybody did their assignment and got to the football.
It's been the defense that's saving West Virginia's offense here this afternoon. Andre Johnson. Pushed out of bounds over at the 25-yard line. Roger Brown, the right cornerback, over to make the stop. Andre Johnson, senior, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Tied for the team lead with touchdowns at 5. Shares that mark with A.B. Brown.
Tony, this shows you how much confidence the coaching staff has in these backup guys. The score's 15-3. Tech still in this ball game, and here you have the whole backup offensive line and backup backfield in there.
Harris is in trouble, and they got him again. Bobby Martin, the right side linebacker, has become a force here in the second half for Virginia Tech, and they've corralled Major Harris. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 as they spot it on the 22-yard line. Calvin Phillips, and a great defensive play by Scott Rice, the safety, to bat the ball away. The Mountaineers will be forced to punt.
Major doing a good job avoiding the rush. It was a great play getting in front of the football. The Virginia Tech players finally got the fans off their seats a little bit.
Carrion has struggled with his punting so far, and this one is blocked. Picked up by Jock Jones, and that's a touchdown for Virginia Tech. Jock Jones, number 40. On top of the loose ball, and the Hokies have come within 6 of the Mountaineers with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Tech Hokies could not come up with it on a gamble on 4th down and 1, but they gambled and went for the punt block, and they came through in flying colors. West Virginia has called timeout.
The West Virginia defense a little sluggish getting out here after the block punt. I mean, nobody even came out on the field. You notice how the momentum has shifted since that big play on that knockdown pass. I mean, the crowd got off their seats, and they came up with a big play.
Chris Kinzer is on to try the extra point.
We got us a football game here, Tony.
Certainly do. Much more of a game than anyone would have thought coming down. West Virginia averaging 48 points a game. Tech had been struggling offensively and defensively, and yet they're within 6 of the lead. Kinzer's boot is through, and West Virginia holds the lead by a score of 15-10. 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Well, fans, Pepsi-Cola has a special offer for Mountaineer fans. You can order tickets to the Syracuse-West Virginia game at a special $10 price. Look for order information at the special gold and blue Mountaineer fan display at your favorite place where Pepsi is sold. Well, the Maryland Terrapins jumped on West Virginia and took a 14-0 lead in a game played at Morgantown earlier this season, and the Mountaineers came right back. But this comeback by Virginia Tech hasn't quite overtaken the Mountaineers yet, but it's much later in the ball game. And a score by Virginia Tech, a TD, will give them the lead.
This will be a good test for the West Virginia offense. Let's see what we can do after we get this ball back.
Don Nehlen is 2-2 against the Virginia Tech Hokies here at Lane Stadium, 6-2 in his career against Virginia Tech. But as you pointed out, John, that very important momentum has swung over to the Virginia Tech Hokies.
Things were pretty quiet here, Tony, the first 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden, one play changes the whole complexion of a football game.
Chris Kinzer is ready to put the ball into play. Eugene Napoleon is back deep. A.B. Brown and Under Johnson are the up man, and there will not be a return. Kinzer drills it. And Major Harris and the crew will start off from their 20-yard line, first down and 10, with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play. Major Harris on the afternoon is 10 of 17 for 181 yards. Aaron Evans is the fullback. Under Johnson is the tailback. And he's back to the line of scrimmage before he's met by Al Chamblee.
West Virginia's going to need a big play here to quiet this momentum down and get Virginia Tech back on their haunches a little bit.
The 2-minute mark of the third quarter. Good protection for Harris. Major Harris breaking free ahead to the 25-yard line. Randy Cockrell came over to finally get a hold of Major Harris. That'll bring up third down and 5. Jamie Lamont brings the play in for West Virginia. Mountaineers just under 50% on third down conversion. The out pattern, and Reggie Rembert was going the wrong way. So miscommunication on an important third down play, and the Mountaineers will be forced to punt off once again.
No, in the first two quarters, Tony, we made some mistakes, but they weren't very costly. Every play is very important now throughout the rest of this football game.
Remember, Carrion had his last punt blocked. Motion at the line and penalty markers are down. Ball downed at the 42-yard line, but penalty markers have fallen on both sides of the field. It will go against Virginia Tech. Offsides is the call. .103 to go here in the third quarter. It's West Virginia 15 and Virginia Tech 10. The Mountaineers coming in as 22-point favorites, averaging 48 points per game. But the Virginia Tech Hokies have given them all they wanted, plus some more here this afternoon.
Coach Frank Beamer upset with that call. He was saying that the snapper was moving the football and drawing his team offside.
Carry on will come on once again. Carry on standing back at his 15-yard line. Myron Richardson at the 35 in Tech territory. A line drive boot that takes a big West Virginia hop. Richardson met there by David Lockwood. They'll put the ball at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 28. That's where Virginia Tech will take over.
This will be a big test for the West Virginia defense. A good old-fashioned gut testing.
On 1st down, Lamar Smith, sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland, was the ball carrier. Penalty flag is down. It will go against West Virginia, face mask penalty. Take a look and you can see it. Ronaldo Turnbull came up high and got a hold of Lamar Smith's face mask. Injured Tech player is down and the training staff is out. Marcus Michael is the injured Gobbler. He's a reserve flanker, playing behind Nick Cullen. So Michael is out. It's as though he may have turned that right ankle.
Coming into this game, Tony, West Virginia defense had 18 sacks. And what that equated to one out of every time that the opposing quarterback dropped back, we had a sack.
Nick Cullen comes in motion. On 1st down, Pure looking to get out of that pressure. Ball is loose. And Virginia Tech recovers. Phil Bryant, freshman fullback, on top of that loose ball. That'll be a 1st down for Virginia Tech, as Pure, who is not known as a running quarterback, got out of there as the West Virginia pressure was coming. Final seconds ticking off the 3rd quarter clock, and that will do it here in the 3rd quarter of play. Virginia Tech has come back, and it's a 5-point ball game as we head to the 4th quarter. 15-10, the Mountaineers have the lead. Not a soul has left sold-out Lane Stadium as we begin the 4th quarter of play. The Virginia Tech Hokies looking for a major upset. Take a 5-point deficit into the 4th quarter of action, and Will Pure will throw on 1st down and 10. Pure has his man, Lamar Smith, brought down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Pure did a great job hanging in there, even with Chris Parker on his back, and was able to throw the football.
Statistically, West Virginia continues to dominate. 367 yards of total offense to 142 for the Hokies, but there's the key stat, turnovers. West Virginia has given it up 5 times, and Virginia Tech has almost played flawless turnover football. Lamar Smith on the carry, ahead of the 50-yard line, and a late flag comes down. Turnovers and penalties have been the story of the day for West Virginia. And again, it will be a face mask against the Mountaineers. Again, not intentional, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. 13 penalties now for the Mountaineers, 112 yards, and you see Virginia Tech was just 30 yards in penalties. The Hokies inside West Virginia territory. From the 45-yard line, Fiore looks to throw again. And this time, the West Virginia defense is there. Scott Summits over on the hit, along with Ronaldo Turnbull. 3-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 13.
Great pressure by the West Virginia defense that time. Again, Scott Summits, a total team player and role player.
Draw play to Ralph Brown, Bo Orlando, Darrell Whitmore, and Scott Summits. Finally wrestling down after a 5-yard pickup. An 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 3rd down and a long 5.
One of their biggest plays, the draw play, the West Virginia defense converges on the football. It was a heck of a run.
The 3rd down situation for Virginia Tech. Don Nehlen's club needs to hold the Hokies. And the ball cannot be held there by Myron Richardson. Preston Waters was on the coverage, and Waters, who is coming back from a knee injury from arthroscopic surgery, is limping as he comes back to the huddle. Kelly Fitzgerald standing back at his 45-yard line in punt formation on 4th down and 6. .12:38 to go in the ball game. Fitzgerald's sky ball called for a fair catch by Grannis Bell, and West Virginia will take over at the 14-yard line. 1st down and 10 from the 14. When we return, 12:30 to go, the Mountaineers lead it by 5. There's about 17,000 West Virginia fans here at Lane Stadium this afternoon, and they are on their feet, exhorting the Mountaineers for a big play that they've been lacking here in the 2nd half, and they won't have it here. Darwin Hardman puts the stops on Major Harris. Back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. I can't remember, John, a game in which Major Harris has been, for the most part, shut down like he has been here this afternoon.
Give credit to the Virginia Tech defense. They're doing a great job containing Major Harris.
No question about it. The wide tackle 6 is proving to be a tough road for the Mountaineers. A.B. Brown breaking free as he crosses over the 25-yard line. This will bring up 3rd down and about 3. Bobby Martin made the stop. Don Nehlen said all week, do not overlook Virginia Tech. Despite the odds of West Virginia being a 22-point favorite. And you can see why. 3rd down and 3 facing West Virginia. A.B. Brown spinning for the 1st down. Brown cuts it outside, across midfield. It's going to be a foot race. A.B. Brown will be brought down at the 35-yard line, and a penalty marker comes down late. Roger Brown finally stopped A.B. Brown, and the marker came down late. We may see a face mask call here against Virginia Tech.
A.B. making a great run, spinning and running. Remember what we said, when he runs north and south, watch out.
A 38-yard rush for A.B. Brown, bringing him to 170 yards on the afternoon.
This is what we talked about, Tony. West Virginia needed a big play to get that momentum back in West Virginia's direction again.
Flipping will be the penalty. A 15-yarder. Tacked on to A.B. Brown's rush of 38. So a 53-yard run and penalty for West Virginia brings the ball down to the Virginia Tech 20-yard line. 11 minutes to go in the game. Craig Taylor is the ball carrier. Down at the 16. Don Stokes in to make the stop. Let's go back a play and take a look at the clipping penalty on A.B. Brown's run. There you see it. Mitch Dove, reserve left cornerback, number 23, came from behind and hit Reggie Rember. 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6. Again, it's A.B. Brown, and Brown spinning down to the 5-yard line. Roger Brown, the junior out of Baltimore, Maryland, stopping A.B. Brown. But not before the Mountaineers have the first down, a 1st down and goal.
Give credit to the West Virginia offensive line. They're really starting to come off the football now, create those scenes.
West Virginia leads it by 5. They've struggled once inside the Hokie 10-yard line this afternoon. Brown is in for the touchdown. Apparently, he bobbled the football, but landed on top of it. And with 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the game, A.B. Brown scores the touchdown from 5 yards away, and the Mountaineers lead it 21-10. Let's see if the ball pops loose. Yes, it does. It was stripped clean, and Brown fell on top of it. So after 5 turnovers charged against West Virginia, one finally goes the Mountaineers' way, and the Mountaineers take the lead by 11 with 10-11 to go in the ball game. Charlie Bauman on for his 2nd point after this afternoon. He missed the 1st. But he's good on the 2nd, and West Virginia leads by 12 with 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go. We'll be back right after this. Fans, don't forget Mountaineer Sports Night next Friday evening on MSN Television. Host Woody O'Hara will take a look at today's highlights with Coach Don Nealon and preview the East Carolina game. Mountaineer Sports Night loaded with features and information giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at West Virginia football. Consult your local listings for the time in your area. Well, the Mountaineers have some breathing room after A.B. Brown scored from 5 yards away. 6 plays, 81 yards, taking 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Thing about it is, Tony, that whole drive featured one play, the sprint draw left and right.
A.B. Brown is having one of his best Mountaineer afternoons, 186 yards on the ground for Anthony Brown, the senior from Salem, New Jersey. Brad Carroll puts the ball into play. With the wind behind him, he sends it 1 yard in. Jeff Roberts is the ball carrier for Virginia Tech. And he is stood up and brought down at the 15. Chuck Levinus and Willie Edwards over to make the hit on Jeff Roberts.
Chuck Levinus, a 3rd-team quarterback, running down there under kickoffs like a wild man.
Will Fuhr, 5 of 18 this afternoon for 76 yards.
Did you say the Fuhrer?
No, not the Fuhrer.
Oh, okay.
Will Fuhr, 5 of 18. Let's start things off on the handoff. Bringing it ahead to the 18-yard line. Chris Herring to make the stop there on Ralph Brown. Brown is Virginia Tech's leading rusher on the afternoon. 51 yards on 15 carries. So for the most part, West Virginia has been able to hold down Virginia Tech offensively. Fuhr still under 100 yards throwing. And Brown with just over 50 yards on the ground is their leading carrier. It's been the penalties and the turnovers. And one trick play that caught West Virginia. Fuhr looking deep as his tight end, Ken Barefoot, for the 1st down at the 32-yard line. Good job there by that Virginia Tech offensive line, giving Fuhr plenty of time as he hits Ken Barefoot, junior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, on the reception. You could say Barefoot was born into the Virginia Tech football program. His dad played tight end for the Hokies from 1965 to 67, was married while he was playing, and Ken was born while his dad was a member of the Tech team, and now he's back as the team's reserve tight end. Fuhr looking for Myron Richardson. Batted down there by Willie Edwards.
A great play by Willie Edwards that time, the Morgantown native coming up over the top. It's a play-action pass, and Fuhr sitting in the pocket. Well, like you said, Tony, there's great protection. Just a great individual effort by Willie Edwards.
Willie Edwards, a senior out of Morgantown. Poked that ball away there. 2nd down and 10. And the running room is tough for Phil Bryant, a freshman out of Landover, Maryland. Scott Summits has been doing a very good job along the nose guard position for West Virginia this afternoon.
There's no doubt that the West Virginia defense was ready for today. The scouting report coming in featured the toss sweep, the belly, and the draw. And basically, that's all we've seen today.
Big third down play here for Virginia Tech. They trail by 12 points, 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. Third down and 10. And Fuhrer will have the first down. Whitmore finally knocks Fuhrer down at the 49-yard line. First down for Virginia Tech.
That was a great call by the Virginia Tech coaching staff. West Virginia had a stunt on the inside where the outside linebacker and the defensive tackle twist. Fuhrer on the quarterback draw, and there was just a natural seam there open up for him. And again, in man coverage, everybody's following their man. Fuhrer made a good play.
Will Fuhrer, not a running quarterback, but when he has to, he will tuck it under. And he's done it well here a few times this afternoon. First down for Virginia Tech, under 8 minutes to go. And Fuhrer looking to go deep. Over the middle, Theron Ellis on the coverage for West Virginia. Intended over there for the tight end, Ken Barefoot, back at the 35-yard line. But Theron Ellis, the junior out of Norristown, Pennsylvania, was man-on-man coverage, and he was right on top of Barefoot.
Theron, a great athlete, has a 38-inch vertical jump and a 405-pound bench press. He's made the transition from outside backer to inside backer very well.
Jeff Roberts lines up as a receiver, far to the left. Nick Cullen has the flanker to the right. The quick toss goes to Ralph Brown. Brown has running room. Darrell Whitmore there to push him out of bounds, and they'll mark it back at the 38.5-yard line. That's a first down for Virginia Tech. Don Nehlen is down. Not only is he crouching, but he's got to be down with this performance this afternoon.
I'm sure he's obviously very concerned. It isn't like West Virginia didn't prepare well enough. On Wednesday, I was at practice. They were on the practice field for over 3 hours. And that's not counting special E and flexing and all that sort of thing. I mean, that's work.
Hokies on the move. Fuhrer. Plenty of time again. Ball is deflected, and it is intercepted by Darrell Whitmore. No. They say that Whitmore did not have it. This will be an interesting one to take another look at. .34 to go in the ball game. Really can't pick that one up because Whitmore's back was to us. So that'll bring up second down and 10. Whitmore already has one interception in the ball game. From the Mountaineers' 39-yard line. The draw play. Lamar Smith brought down to the 30. They'll be just a couple yards short of the first down marker. Willie Edwards over to make the stop on Lamar Smith, 5'8", 195-pound sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. He's a baseball player at Virginia Tech. In fact, a good baseball player. He was second-team All-Metro as a center fielder. Third down and 1 yard. The ball carrier is Bryant, and he will be stopped short. Freshman fullback Phil Bryant was stopped short, and that'll bring up fourth down and 1.
Again, Chris Herring just having an outstanding game defensively at that middle linebacker position. Came in for the tackle for the loss.
6:29 and counting. Mid-snap, ball loose, kicked around. The ball is still in play. This is Jeff Roberts. And Roberts will be short of the first down marker. The Mountaineers will have the football. On a wild play, Roberts came out of that scrum with it, but he is short of the first down marker by 2 yards.
I'll tell you, that was a heads-up play by Roberts. That ball being kicked around in there, it looked like rugby. He picks it up and almost made the first down.
Ball is loose and it'll squirt out here. Roberts just watching things. Takes off with it. And you've got to give credit there to some alert West Virginia defenders. Chris Herring and Elboyd Mays there to corral Jeff Roberts. West Virginia takes over with 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go from the 32-yard line. The blitz is on. Here comes Andre Johnson, and Johnson slipping on the natural grass surface down at the 34-yard line.
Again, West Virginia defense rising to the occasion, creating the 4th down situation, coming up with a big play again and again and again today.
Don Nealon sends in the play with Reggie Rembert. Rembert and Kelvin Phillips will flank out to the right side. Harris, and the pass is complete to Kelvin Phillips. A great catch by Phillips. Right on that first down marker. Will Goen, reserve safety, made the stop, and that's a first down for West Virginia.
Calvin having a great year. He has 8 catches for 256 yards. 7 of those catches are over 25 yards.
He's a long threat for West Virginia. But on that particular play, he just got enough for that first down marker. Andre Johnson looks to turn it outside. Johnson at the 49-yard line, pushed out of bounds there. And now some extracurricular activity along that sideline.
The toss sweep, and this is one thing that West Virginia benefits from, is having that depth at tailback. I mean, here it is, the 4th quarter, and we have a fresh tailback in here, and he's able to get those 2 and 3 extra grinding yards because he's fresh.
Andre Johnson, West Virginia's 10th all-time leading ground gainer in the school's history. And he's done that primarily as a reserve in his career. 8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2. And the ball carrier is Rico Tyler. First down, West Virginia, inside Tech territory. Al Chambly making the stop. Rico Tyler on his first carry of the ball game. Sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Stocky guy, normally used as a blocker, 5'10", 214 pounds.
Again, a backup fullback in there. Rico's a 435-pound bench presser, and that's not bad for a backup.
Quick toss, Kelvin Phillips has it. Phillips still going inside the 30-yard line. First down, West Virginia. Roger Brown, the right cornerback.
I mean, Major Harris threw the pill on that one. That was like a dart. A one-step drop, and he just whizzed that thing in there. Great job by Calvin trying to get the extra yardage.
John Granby had the initial hit, but Roger Brown had to come over and finally get the twisting Phillips to go down.
That was the sharpest pass as Major's thrown all day.
First and 10 for the Mountaineers. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. West Virginia 22, Virginia Tech 10, and Johnson up the middle. Andre picks up about 4 as Bo Orlando, West Virginia's senior strong safety, looks on. It's been a long afternoon for Bo Orlando and the Mountaineer defenders, but they have done the job. When they had to hold, they did this afternoon.
And that's the difference between the good teams and the great teams, Tony. The great teams come in and they meet adversity and they overcome it. The good teams fall by the wayside.
2nd down and 6. Pressure is on. The ball is loose. And Virginia Tech has recovered the football. Don Stokes popped the ball free from Major Harris and fell on top of it. And the Hokies will have it back with 3 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Watch the blitz coming from the blind side. That was Granby making the initial hit, and Stokes diving on top of the loose ball. That's the 6th West Virginia turnover this afternoon. From the 39-yard line. Pressure is on. Pat Marlette is after Fuhr, and they've got him in the backfield. Dale Jackson and Pat Marlette. Marlette turned him around and Dale Jackson, the senior out of Canton, Ohio, there to make the stop, and Fior is hurt.
Fior has really played a great game today, Tony. He's really hung in there and has done a good job for Virginia Tech. I'd hate to see if anything serious has happened to him.
2 minutes and 53 seconds to go. West Virginia leads it 22-10. We'll be back. Well, for all you Mountaineer fans watching in on WBOI television in Clarksburg, this bud's for you. West Virginia leads it 22-10 with 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the ball game. And the Tech athletic staff continues to take a look at quarterback Will Fior, who was injured in the last play.
Virginia Tech has retired Bruce Smith of the Buffalo Bills jersey here last year. He's had an outstanding defensive tackle for the Buffalo Bills and had an outstanding career here at Virginia Tech. In turn, he gave the Virginia Tech program a $50,000 scholarship fund.
Executive producer of the Mountaineer Sports Network is Mike Parsons. Today's game directed by Nick Smith. The associate producer is Alan Hercules. Our next MSN television game will be Saturday, October the 8th, as the Mountaineers take on the Pirates of East Carolina on many of these same stations. Consult your local listings for the time in your area. Well, Will Fior is hurt, and they seem to be working on his shoulder. As mentioned earlier, Fior underwent shoulder surgery in the spring, and that may be a reoccurrence of that injury. Let's see.
It's really a shame. This guy has played a great game today. It's kind of amazing that he's come back so quick and he's able to play after shoulder surgery.
Well, it's not the legs, and so it's something in the upper body. You'd have to think it would be the shoulder. He was hit there by Dale Jackson on the last play. Cam Young will come in at quarterback for Virginia Tech, a transfer from North Carolina State. 6'3", 200-pound junior from Salem, Virginia. Second down and 17 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. That first snap is bobbled. Ball is loose, and it looks as though Young got back on top of it. Commonly see that when a new quarterback goes in.
Mass substitution by the West Virginia defense, a 3rd and long situation. Coach Shaw putting the best people in the game for the present time.
Loss of 3 on the play, and so it is 3rd down and 20. Young looking to throw, dumping it out to Lamar Smith. Penalty flag goes down. And you've got to think face mask once again or a clip.
The officials surely earning their money today, weren't they, Tony?
Yes, they are, Kevin. They're earning too much of it, according to West Virginia. That's going to be a clip.
15, penalty decline, 4th down, penalty decline.
So the Mountaineers give the penalty over, and the down will move ahead to 4th. 4th down and 22. Kelly Fitzgerald has a 39.6-yard average this afternoon on 9 punts. His last kick traveling 53 yards, so he's really come back after a shaky performance a week ago against Syracuse. This one's a high, lofty kick. And will be down at the 47-yard line. So West Virginia will take over. The game seemingly in hand, up by 12 points with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. A 25-yard punt there by Fitzgerald. Some things hold true no matter what the odds makers say. West Virginia always has a tough time in Blacksburg, averaging 11 points per game since Don Nealon has come down here. This afternoon, they come in averaging 48 a game, and they have 22 so far. Under Johnson hit in the backfield by Horatio Moranta. A couple-yard loss on that play.
There was no doubt that the West Virginia Mountaineers were going to come down to Blacksburg this week and take the Hokies' best shot. I mean, these kids were ready to play. Give credit to the Virginia Tech coaching staff. They did a great job today.
Really did. Virginia Tech has called a timeout with 1 minute and 39 to go.
This is a fairly young team, too, Tony. We'll see some better football out of Virginia Tech for the next couple of years.
Tremendous youth on this team. They've only got 3 seniors out there, offensively and defensively. And matter of fact, every senior will come back on the top 22 players on the defensive side. So the top 2 strings will return next year for Virginia Tech.
And next week, the Mountaineers can expect to go down and take East Carolina's best shot. And when you're on top, you have to be prepared every week to take that best shot.
2nd down and 13. Mountaineers keeping the ball on the ground, and Andre Johnson tripped up as he slides ahead to the 50-yard line. Mountaineers seem content to be running out the clock here. And timeout again called by Virginia Tech.
You know, Tony, every week you see upsets. You see Rutgers go out and beat Michigan. Then you see Vanderbilt beat Rutgers. And teams are coming so even now because of the 30 scholarship rule. Boy, it really takes a great effort to keep winning on a consistent basis.
Fans beginning to filter out of Lane Stadium here in Blacksburg. A tremendous afternoon for football. Sunshine. Temperature very comfortable. The wind a factor, blowing strong from right to left throughout the game, but both sides had to work against that and work with it.
I think every time that I've come down here, the wind has always been strong and blows the same direction.
3rd down and 8. Man-on-man coverage against Reggie Rembert out on the right side. Mountaineers fake that reverse, and here comes Major Harris. He'll be shy of the 1st down marker. Great job there by the Virginia Tech defense. Sean Lucas coming over to knock down Major Harris.
Sean has the speed to run down Major Harris. He runs a 4.5 40.
A.B. Brown, tremendous afternoon for the senior from Salem, New Jersey. 192 yards on 21 carries and a touchdown in the 4th quarter that put away the Hokies. A key touchdown. Yes, A.B., you were number 1 this afternoon.
Tony, what is a Hokie?
Well, you'd have to go back in the books to take a look.
The trivia buff that you are, you don't have the answer for that one?
The history of the Hokies and the Gobblers goes back. It used to be Gobblers, then Hokies. Kind of like a Hoya. Lance Carrion punt. High boomer with the wind. And a flag goes down as Carrion was hit. And West Virginia, with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go, will have the option of taking this penalty.
Lance, a pretty good athlete. He has a 32-inch vertical jump. Needs a little work on his bench, though. He only benches 190 pounds.
Not bad for a guy that weighs 143.
Heck, I think you can even bench 190 pounds, couldn't you? That physique I saw you walking around the room this morning, yeah.
5 yards. 1st down. 40. Number 40. Number 40. 1st down.
So the Mountaineers will have the ball back after the Virginia Tech penalty. Roughing the kicker is the call. Mountaineers will have it from the 43-yard line. Major Harris stays in at quarterback. Andre Johnson pushing ahead, crosses over the 40-yard line down to the 38. Now under 1 minute to go in the ball game. West Virginia leads it by 12. 22-10 is the score. It's been an afternoon that Major Harris won't soon forget. He has been hit hard has coughed the ball up several times. Really never got off this afternoon. Rico Tyler stood up there by Don Stokes and Horatio Moranta. 23 seconds and counting. Third down and 5 yards to go. Clock winds down, and that should be it. That will be it. West Virginia has hung on to win this one, but a tremendous effort by Virginia Tech here this afternoon. Major Harris finishing up with 206 yards through the air. Kicked off twice. And the Mountaineers come back fighting off turnovers and fighting off a penalty-filled afternoon. And they win it by a score of 22-10. We'll be back to wrap it up. Stay tuned. Well, the West Virginia Mountaineers move ahead to 5-0 on the season with a 22-10 victory over the Virginia Tech Hokies, a game that will be remembered for West Virginia's sloppy play when it came to turnovers and when it came to penalties. But in the long run, when West Virginia had to hold back Virginia Tech, they did. A tremendous job by the West Virginia defensive players as the Mountaineers move ahead to 5-0 on the season. A.B. Brown, the big performer for West Virginia offensively, finishing up with 192 yards on 21 carries. A.B. scoring 1 touchdown. West Virginia's other touchdown coming in the first quarter of play on a 5-yard, making an 8-yard run by Craig Taylor. Taylor finished up with 1 touchdown. So the big afternoon belongs to A.B. Brown with 192 yards. West Virginia wins it by a final score of 22-10. For John Garcia, I'm Tony Caridi saying thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again next week.
Promotional consideration provided by U.S. Air. We welcome all of our passengers, one at a time. The Holiday Inn of Morgantown. Look for officially licensed WVU merchandise from PM Enterprises. This has been a Mountaineers Sports Network presentation.